Hey guys, Luis.Gonzalez here from the agency, giving you the latest market update report on the greater Phoenix area. And I've done this for the past 3 weeks, keeping you updated. So remember to subscribe on my YouTube channel, like it, gives it a thumbs up, or just comment below any feedback that you may have or questions, and I'll be happy to get in contact with you. So let's get started. So as of these numbers are as of April 13th, just had a really good explanation of where the market is, keeping up with these trends from the Cromford Report, which is a local analytical company that just strictly focuses on the greater Phoenix area and the real estate market. So to start off, the prices are not declining. Sellers are maintaining their values, but they are adjusting their expectations, and justifully so. You know, we're in a different times. We all know that by now. It seems like this is the new normal. So the market has changed a little bit and the expectations are different, which is, expected. It's reasonable to expect that. So we talk about the market index again, which the market index tells us exactly more or less where we're at. Seller's market, buyer's market, we're imbalanced. Like I mentioned before, the market index at a 100, we're in a balanced market between demand and supply, right? We have enough, the same amount of buyers, same amount of sellers. So we have that balanced market. Right now, we're still at 189. So we're still in a seller's market. So keep that in mind. So don't panic and don't think that the Phoenix area market is going to crash. As of right now, there's no indications of that. Of course, you can't compare it to LA. You can't compare it to San Francisco or Seattle or Oregon or New York for that matter, or even Florida, right? We can only look at what we have here in our state, and that's all that we could do. So this is what we're exactly talking about, just the greater Phoenix area. So the supply went up 31% in the last 4 weeks. So even with that much more inventory, we are still in a seller's market, which tells you that we were low on the market supply for buyers. So even though 31% more inventory came on the market, we are still in a seller's market, which tells you a lot in where we were. So what does that mean? That means that demand is still moderate in the high-end markets. Even then, in the summer, they tend to drop off. We've already seen that, and that's a normal trend on the luxury side. So we're still in the seller's market, like I said. What has changed is the homes are under 400,000. In some cities, there's 40 to 70% more inventory in some cities, which is a really good thing if you're a buyer looking in those areas. Right? So you have 40 to 70% more homes to choose from. So if you're a buyer and you're looking to buy and you've been holding off and you're able to buy and you're ready to make that move, then that is a great time to do it. Being said that interest rates are still low, so that's still helping you there. Moving along with what we have seen is a lot of the Airbnbs. What basically is happening is they're going to get long-term tenants. So they don't lose their property, they don't lose their income. And so we've seen that a lot with Airbnbs. In 2019, in the fall, lenders were pushing for less restrictions on loans, right? They wanted to loosen up the lending because they wanted to lend more, which they did in a way because they raised the limits on the loans for FHA, for conventional, with VA. So they extended those loan amounts, meaning people could get qualified for more money on those type of loans. So what happened is now they're tightening up a little bit more. So now they're not as easy because now there's more risk, right, of people getting laid off, furloughed, or whatever the case may be. So now they're becoming pretty strict on who they want to loan with. So that being said, the lenders, they don't want to stop lending. So once we get this under control, then they're gonna loosen up those lending restrictions again, because that's what they're meant to do. They're meant to lend people money to buy homes. So they want to do that. Just right now, things are a little bit different, and that's expected of them to do so. So people are on hold. We are not going to crash like 2008. Back in the day, they had very risky loans. They were just lending to everyone. Even the charts show how the affordability back then was at a historic low number, and the demand or the supply was high. Today, we're more of a balanced, average, normal affordability, and we're right in that sweet spot where we're not too low and we're not too high. Our demand is still higher than our supply, so it's still good market here in the Phoenix area. So I wouldn't be too worried about it, but just know that your expectations shouldn't be the same as they were before. And it's reasonable to expect all of this. And the biggest part of it too is that we will have a better picture every 4 weeks as we move forward, right? Week by week, we see some changes, but every 4 weeks, right, it takes about 30 days to close on a home. So that's where we really see the changes, every 4 weeks, every 30 days. So I think the next big change is going to be a month from now, which is April 13th. If we look in the middle of May, then we're going to see where we're at and where we're trending to. So this is just a recap of what's been going on the last month. And I think this is probably the best one that we've had so far, just because we were able to collect more data. Time has passed by, and now we have a better understanding of the market right now. So it's reasonable to expect all of this. And like I've said many times before, I'm here to be a resource to you. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. I'm here for you. Remember, we need to stay safe, stay healthy. And one more thing, support the local businesses. Everyone is hurting, so if you're able to, support local. And with that, you guys have a great week and great weekend, and we'll see you next week.